Hello students, today we are going to start a new subject, that is imperative programming. Here a subject is written as a course, as we are learning in a choice based credit system where subject is known as a course. This subject carries 4 credits, 2 credits for theory, 2 credits for practical, and total 150 marks are there for this subject. Marks are divided into 3 parts. Theory examination has got 75 marks, internal examination 25 marks, and practical examination 50 marks. Passing percentage is 40, means student will have to get at least 30 marks out of 75 for theory examination, 10 marks out of 25 for internal examination, and 20 marks out of 50 in practical examination. Let me introduce with the syllabus of this subject. The syllabus is divided into 5 units. If you see here, course name imperative programming, course code is USIT 101. Total periods per week, 5 periods will be there. Credits 2. See, 2 credits are there here, 2 for theory and 2 credits will go for practical. Now evaluation system, now actually this theory examination will be of 75 marks. It will be conducted after having your syllabus completed at the end of semester. And second one is internal marks. Internal examination will be conducted for this. Internal examination will be there for 20 marks and rest 5 marks will be awarded to students depending on students present in a class, his or her overall conduct in a class. Total involvement of a student in a class will be considered while awarding marks out of 5. In this way, the 100 marks are divided into 2 components, 75 for theory examination, 25 for internal, and further internal marks are also divided into 2 components, 20 for that 20 exam will be conducted in the mid of the semester, and 5 marks will be given at the end of the semester depending on the students' involvement in the class and overall conduct. This course is divided into 5 units. I am not going to explain what is there in the unit. In due course of time, we will learn each and everything from this course. Now here reference books are given. I will suggest you to refer Let Us See of H1 Kanetkar. There are many online resources are also available. In due course of time to time I will give you all the resources and notes. Let me start directly with the subject. Before learning this subject, first we should know why we are learning this subject. The subject name is imperative programming, means we are going to learn this subject to write programs in a computer. That's why we have to first understand what is program. To understand what is program, first we should know what is algorithm, what is flowchart. Then we will be able to understand what is program. Now let me first tell you what is algorithm. Now algorithm is nothing but it is a list of instructions used to perform a task. For example, if you want to perform some task, or say if you want to perform addition of 2 numbers, then to perform addition of 2 numbers we have to write some instructions. Now whatever these instructions are there, these instructions should be listed in a proper order to get our work done, and that instructions is nothing but an algorithm. Instructions are generally written in plain English language. You can prefer your own language also, but here we are going to write all the algorithms in English language. Now this is about algorithm. Flowchart. Whatever algorithm we have written, algorithm is a set of instructions written in a plain language to perform a particular task. The same instructions can be represented in a form of pictures, diagrams, and that is nothing but the flowchart. That's why we can define flowchart as a flowchart can also be defined as a diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. It is a step-by-step approach to solve a problem. The flowchart shows the steps as boxes of various kinds and their order by connecting the boxes with arrows. Now what is program? We have seen what is algorithm, we have seen what is flowchart, and now we will see what is program. A program is a collection of instructions written using a specific programming language that can be executed by computer to perform a task. As we have seen, algorithm is also used to perform a task, but these tasks will not be performed by any computing device. We will have to write just instructions, get these instructions manually solved to get a particular answer, and the same algorithm can be converted into the programming instructions. Programming instructions means we will have to write some instructions in one of the programming language, and that programming instructions written in one of the programming language in a particular sequence to perform a particular task is nothing but a program. That's why we can define program in other way also. A program is nothing but it is a set of instructions written in one of the programming languages to perform a particular task. In this way we have seen what is algorithm, what is flowchart, and what is program. To write a program we should have to learn at least one programming language of computer. If you see here in a diagram, there is clearly written algorithm. If you see this algorithm is nothing but it is a set of instructions written in a plain language, as we have seen in earlier slide. Here some instructions are written to perform sum of two numbers. Algorithm, there is a first instruction start, read two numbers a and b, their addition will be performed, sum will be performed, and the result will be kept in variable c, and the same will be displayed using instruction either print or display, and then stop. Algorithm starts, algorithm stops, in between some instructions are written to perform a particular task. The same algorithm is represented in a pictorial form, or we can see in a graphical form. Here start, this first step belongs to this particular symbol. There is another symbol where we have written instructions to read data. Another next symbol is there to perform operation. One more symbol is there to display the result, and last one is stop. This one is flowchart, and this is a program. If you see, this algorithm is in plain English, but the program is not in a plain English. There is something different. Many symbols are also used. Now, this program is written with the help of C language. That's why, if you want to write a program, you should learn the way of using a language, the way of writing instructions. The way of writing instructions is nothing but the syntax. We should learn syntax. In due course of time, we are going to learn these all things of C language program. Next one, types of programming languages. Programming paradigms are a way to classify programming languages based on their features. Languages can be classified into multiple paradigms. Here we are discussing two paradigms: declarative programming and imperative programming. See, we are going to learn here two paradigms of classification: declarative programming, and second one is imperative programming. Declarative programming is a programming paradigm that expresses the logic of a computation without describing its control flow. In simple words, if you see there, declarative programming is like asking your friend to draw a landscape. You don't care how they draw it, that is up to them. Means here in declarative programming, we need not worry how the tasks will be performed. What is to be done, that is very important, and how it will be done, it is up to the computing device. For example, here HTML and XML, here only we have to write instructions, what is to be done, how it is done will be taken care by computer itself. Second one is imperative programming. It is a programming paradigm that uses statements that changes a program state. Program state means here we can use some variables. The two variable is nothing but the place where we can store data, and that can be changed while program is in execution. Imperative programming explicitly tells the computer how to accomplish its particular task. Imperative programming explicitly tells how it is accomplished. Means here the entire instructions are written by programmer to complete a task, to complete our work. In contrast to this declarative programming, here we need not worry about how work will be done. But here in imperative programming, we have to write the instructions to get our work done. Example is C, C++, and Java. As our subject name itself is a imperative programming, we are going to learn here imperative programming as a C language. Thank you.